you look at how the markets were already tilted going into this news, they were already slightly negative. Value was outperforming growth. The U.S. was, lagging behind international markets. And so this past month didn't set up for sort of the kind of market that could slough this off. It was already vulnerable. We had seen, stimulus was stalled. We'd seen the recovery stalled. The jobs numbers didn't give us a whole lot of confidence. And quite frankly, personal income is still not where it needs to be. It's also falling. And so all of these factors add up to a vulnerable market.
Yeah, and we'll connect the dots, obviously, between this news and the market. I would imagine the market is reacting in a sense that there is, I guess, going to be some renewed attention, perhaps, on the likelihood of lockdowns, either forced or just by people deciding because of this news, it puts it obviously back in the headlines in a bold-faced way that they may change their behavior and thus impact the economy. Is that connecting the dots between why the markets are down and a positive test by the president?
I think the markets are reacting more to a sense of uncertainty. Up until now, the election and the potential election outcomes had really barely registered with markets. Markets seem to be okay with whatever happened. Introducing this kind of uncertainty in terms of the process of how we get from here to there, the markets hadn't really reacted all week when, we had a fairly negative showing in the debate by the president. So it seemed as though there was kind of no uncertainty about that. There would be an election. The pandemic would eventually end. All of these things would happen. Now we have this new uncertainty, and it's highlighting stresses that already existed in the market.
Does it change the likelihood of a stimulus plan, a larger plan? Right now, the Democrats are at $2.2 trillion. That was passed in the House. The GOP has obviously pushed back. They want something slightly smaller, perhaps $1.5 trillion. Do you believe this, maybe oddly, changes the calculus and makes it more likely the GOP will cave to a larger stimulus package?
I do actually think that might be the case. I think that all eyes, I think tomorrow morning, if you look at how this plan was passed, it was passed by House Democrats in a very nonpartisan way. So there really wasn't a whole lot of support for this. That was when they left session on Thursday afternoon. Friday morning, you're going into a brand new reality where you have now the opportunity to either look like a hero or to cause the markets to fall even more. I'm not sure that the Senate is quite ready to shoulder that full responsibility. I actually think it changes the math.
Yeah, by how much, Gina?
It's hard to say. This was not a very well supported plan in the House, and so if you judge by that, then there's going to be the Senate would have to really swallow their pride to get it done.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.